Good day, folks. This is Greg Judy at Green Pastures Farm, giving a little talk today about offset fence. This wire was put in 2001. All it is two strands of 12 gauge, high tensile, 180,000 psi wire, and it's fastened to a fiberglass rod. I like to keep my fence about 8 inches away from the fence. If you go out here a foot or 2 foot away from your fence, what happens is if the animals try and go through there, they can kind of get through it, and then they hit the other fence. They get halfway through, they get shocked, they may go on through. Right here, if they stick their head through that fence right here, 8 inches away, they immediately hit this. Okay, this is grounded. There's 25, 30 steel posts up through here. These are hot. There's 10,000 volts in that wire. This is our sheep fence. This is what we used to keep the sheep in. Or if you had a really weak barbed wire fence that wouldn't hold cattle, in other words, the posts weren't very good or something, you might think about an offset. But you can take, this is 4-strand barb. We've never ever had a sheep get out of here, ever. And so when the sheep comes up to look at that, he's looking through there, he sees this wire, okay? So he's got to hit that with his nose. If he comes down here, here's another wire looking at him. He's going to be grounded here, and then he's got a hot wire on the back of his neck, okay? 10,000 volts on the neck, barbed wire in his nose. That's a very effective fence. Now, what makes this work really well is you got to keep it tight. If you have any sag in here at all, what's going to happen is a deer is going to run through this at full blast. He's going to hit that loose wire, and he's going to wrap it around your barbed wire. Or vice versa. If you've got really loose barbed wires, he's going to be coming from this direction. He could throw the barbed wire around this. So if you run an offset like this and you ever get a short where you don't have any voltage in your fence, this is where you want to go look, where you've got this offset on steel. We've got several places like this around our farm, and if we do have a short, I'm always going to look here first, because it's usually a deer's hit it and wrapped it around there. Now I wanted to show you how we're keeping this so tight. We actually drove a fiberglass rod up here. So this is our corner post. That's driven in the ground 4 foot. And because our wire is only 30 inches off the ground, it's keeping it tight. Now if I ran a couple more wires up here, this whole thing would probably be a lot more slack in it. It wouldn't be able to keep it that tight. But it's all about cantilever. The further you go up on a post, the more you're going to need an H-brace. If you stay down low, especially for an offset like that, you don't need to put in a big old honking corner in there. This is just an 1.25 inch rod. You could probably do the same thing as a 1-inch solid fiberglass rod. The ones we sell are 1 inch. They are extremely tough, and they're 6 foot. You drive that dude in the ground 3.5 foot, leave about 30 inches sticking out, man, you've got a nice corner. And it's going to flex just a little bit, so you can use that as your spring, so to speak. Something falls on it, it'll just spring right back up. Very simple. These are the tensioners. So you put your tensioner on there, you tighten that up. It acts like a ratchet, kind of like a come along. Well, this stays on there. That's energized, okay? No insulators required as long as you're using fiberglass. If that was a wooden corner, you'd need to put an insulator on it to keep it from being insulated, from being grounded out. Again, though, kind of a makeshift fence for sheep. If you put sheep on that barbed wire fence, folks, they wouldn't be in there 30 minutes. They'd be laughing at you. They'd be on the other side of that fence. But you put a hot wire in there, it's done. They do not challenge that, okay? And our guard dogs, they don't challenge that either. They stay in as well. So offset, wonderful way to beef up an old fence. Thank you all.